Section 3.6, Order of Operations with Decimals. We've used order of operations before when we were doing actually in reverse. We were doing SAMDEB to help us solve equations using a variable. But today for this section we're going to use it as BEDMAS, brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And as per the section on solving equations, we need to use BEDMAS this time to properly work through an expression with decimals. So this time we're actually going to be using it the proper way, BEDMAS, and not in reverse. So as per our prior lessons, BEDMAS is like a check down. You check for each of these things in order, and if you see them, then you would do them in an equation. So for instance, you'd look at this equation here, 6 times 15 and 9/10 plus 36 and 4/10 divided by 4. Now to go through that and do it on some calculators, it will work. You can punch all those numbers in and it will give you the proper answer. Some of them don't, and in that case you wouldn't know and you'd be stuck with an incorrect answer. So we always have to use BEDMAS, the order of operations. So we start with brackets, and if you look at this equation here, there are no brackets. There are no brackets around any of the numbers, so we don't have to worry about that. Exponents we're not going to be worrying about in this section. It's part of BEDMAS, so I always include it just so you're aware of them, but we won't be using exponents at this point. And then we check down to division. Yes, there is division in this equation, so you'd have to do that. There is also multiplication. Now division and multiplication do go hand in hand with each other in this section. Okay, so it's almost as if they're split. If there's division and multiplication, you work from left to right of the equation, and you would do them as they came. So right now, even though division is ahead of multiplication in BEDMAS, I have multiplication over here on the left and division over here on the right. I would do this multiplication, so I would go 6 times 15.9. Then I would do 36.4 divided by 4. And then I would look at the next section, and yes, there is addition. Then I would add those together. And then I look, and there is no subtraction in this equation. So I would do my multiplication and my division first, and then I would add the two numbers together. To work through that equation, I've kept it as the next section, so we are actually going to do this equation together. So again, we look at for their brackets. No, there are no brackets. Do we look for exponents? Nope, no exponents, but we do have division and multiplication. So we're gonna work from left to right. You always work from left to right. And as I come across, I see, okay, there's my multiplication. So 6 times 15.9, and when I do that, I find that I get 95.4, and then I have my division, 36.4 divided by 4, and I get 9.1. So I've brought both of those answers down to my next level, just like we had been doing with equations. When you're solving equations with a variable, you stack your answer so you can see where you've added new answers and if you've made a mistake somewhere. So I do my multiplication and I bring it down, I bring my division and I bring it down, and I keep my addition or my plus sign there, my addition sign, because I haven't done anything with that yet. My next level is I've done all my multiplication and division, so those are both done. Now I have addition and I have subtraction. So do I have either of those? Yes, I have addition. 95.4 plus 9.1 equals 104.5. So from the beginning, 6 times 15.9 plus 36.4 divided by 4 is 104.5 when we've done the correct order of operations. Obviously, if you do things out of sync here, if you were to add these two together first, then they do the division and then the multiplication, you won't get the same answer as you would have doing it properly. Let's look at another example using BEDMAS. So again, I have my equation here, and the first thing that I do is I start at the B. Do I have any brackets? Yes, I have brackets in the middle. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have division? Yes. Do I have multiplication? Yes. Do I have addition? Yes, twice. And I have subtraction. Now we are going to start with this addition. While addition's down on the list, it's in a bracket, so it has to be done first. So I would do 4.75 plus 1.2, and then when I bring that down, that's 5.95. So I rewrite the entire equation, just bringing down the next piece. I haven't done anything with my 12.376 or my 2.45 or my 0.2 or my 1.4. So it's rewritten with my new number, and then again I work from left to right. The next stage is I don't have exponents, but I do have division and multiplication. So I will do my division here, and then I will do my multiplication here. And 12.376 divided by 5.95 is 2 800ths. I don't add anything yet because I have a multiplication. 2 4500ths times 2 tenths gives me 49 hundredths. And I haven't done anything at the end with my 1 84 hundredths yet. I've brought down my two pieces that I've done the math for. I have minus 1.84. I brought that down. And then on my next stage is again addition and subtraction. So I work from left to right. I have 2.08 plus 0.49. That gives me 2.57. And then my last step is to do my last bit of multiplication. 2 57 hundredths minus 1 84 hundredths gives me 73 hundredths. So again, if you have a calculator with brackets, you might be able to do this. Most of you probably don't. So you work from left to right, going through your brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Make sure you rewrite your equation every time you change or you do part of the equation. It will make it much easier for you to keep track of what you've done and where you've done it. So your practice question for this section is on the screen right now. 75 hundredths minus 5 tenths times 4 2 tenths divided by 6 tenths plus 7 3 tenths minus 1 2 tenths. Remember, BEDMAS, brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Anything in brackets gets done first, and so on down the line.